All
We're
right,
still.
we're live.
Oh my God.
We're live. Okay, I can't capture OBS, not OBS. I can't capture the Discord for some unknown goddamn reason. It just lags the stream. So as I was saying, I hope everybody's having a good day. You know, we have Denise in the stream call and Susie at the moment. Hopefully
Hello.
Jesse will be joining in a bit. So, yeah, deal 4. Nice. So, welcome to the Yes the podcast. You know, we figured Susie came up with the name. Great name.
It wasn't me.
What?
It wasn't me.
Yes, you did. I asked for names and you said yes.
Oh, I don't remember.
So it was you that came up with the name. Good name. Actually, a very enjoyable name. Yes, the podcast episode 2 is going to be over on YouTube near you. So, how are you doing, Denise? How was your game of Smite? Thank you for the follow, M. Daza. Mario. Is that Mario? Mario, do you need to make a new account? Let me ask. If that's Mario, welcome. Or did you, or is that just somebody else? Because Mario account was Cubinator. Is my chat working? It is working, I think. Can somebody give me a hi in chat again to make sure my chat's working?
No, hi.
Damn it. Perfect. Thank you, Susie. So yeah, yesterday was an absolute insane stream. And if you missed it, what had happened, we were near the end of Jackbox, and Jace the Ace comes in and donates, he donated 1,038 bits and 50 gifted subs. 50.
Whoa.
That is the most insane thing I have ever seen. And I want everybody to go and actually support this dude if you're here straight off the bat. Can you give a shout out there to Jace, please, if you don't mind? When you
Yeah, I gotta remember his name.
Jace the Freckled Ace, I think.
Face.
Jace the Freckled Face, that's it. I knew it was like Ace or Face or something, and I couldn't remember for the life of me. But there should be I don't have the clip thing here. No! What's the scene? Let me go back to this scene here.
I don't think he has clips though.
I know, but I need to put it here anyway for everyone else. I think it might be Browser 2. Yeah, Browser 2. So I just have to add Browser 2 onto this scene. Would it be? No, it's Browser and then add existing, Browser 2. Okay, that should. Can you give Denise a shout out or yourself a shout out there as well for me, please? Just for everybody to go follow you two as well. And Jessie whenever she gets here. I think here would be a good place. Yeah, so could somebody do a shout out there for you, please?
There you go.
Yeah, perfect. This clip again?
It will be very funny if he's like,
Nice.
Dame, yo.
Yeah. But like so I'm in a good mood. I think how's everybody else's mood today?
We all know why you're in a good mood. It's
Why?
because I was drinking.
No, I didn't want you to drink. We had that discussion. I do not condone drinking, by the way, just to let you know. It's fine in moderation. And Susie only had one.
It was.
So that's fine.
It was. I didn't even have one. It was half.
Half of one, she's on a buzz.
No. Hey, to be fair, it's because I haven't drinking in like 6 years. 5
Yes,
years.
that explains. That's why I was saying take your time. You know, alcohol after 5 years. Don't forget as well to follow Susie, please.
No.
Yes.
Nope.
Uh-huh.
I keep hearing pings, and I don't know where it's coming from, and it's really bothering me.
I know. Oh, this clip?
I'm sorry.
One clip.
This one.
That was the case.
Wait,
Is this
what?
the pickles
Huh?
again?
The pickle one.
So, oh wait,
Yeah, of course.
wait.
What do you mean?
Always the
four-way? That's only-
pickles.
Yeah.
You, me, Jesse. Are you forgetting?
All right, yeah.
Why is my mic always so
I
damn
was
loud?
on about
sound
guys.
like
I said guys like
deafening.
No, that doesn't matter. It's fine.
That's
It's
ridiculous.
Irish.
No, it's not that. It's the mic for some
But,
reason. It's so loud.
Ooh, another long shot.
That was a really good one.
I'm kind of in the mood to play some more Rogue Company, to be fair.
We can play after stream. That is
fine.
But yeah, so a couple of topics we're going to talk about today, which I want to wait for more people to come in really before we start talking about all these topics. So hopefully everything has like went into people's discords and stuff like that, and we can get as many people in for topics and basically get this going. But let's actually talk about one that we were talking about last week off stream, and I was going to bring to people's attention today. It's the whole Omegle thing, or video chat because Omegle has a text chat as well. You got teenagers going on there and you have adults going on there, right? Because it is a random video chat. You can go on there at any age, even though it says you need to be 13 plus, whatever, you know. But what it actually says, if you read the terms and conditions, is you can go on here at between the ages of 13 and 18 with parents' permission. Between the ages of 13 and 18. Now, that states the fact that you're supposed to have your parents' permission. Who the fuck as a teenager is going to ask their parents' permission?
Every child ever, because it's not like even when I was under the age of 18 with certain websites, they're like, oh, you need to be 18 and older, like Nickelodeon or something. I'm like,
Why would you need to be 18 or older for Nickelodeon?
I don't know. That's why I was like, what? I'm like, I'm 18 and I have permission.
Sure, it was Nickelodeon you were going on to.
Oh no, I'm positive it was. It was one, yeah. And I was like, okay.
So let's get back to the topic, all right? So it comes down to the point where a lot of men are masturbating on the fucking website. Plain and simple. No doubt about it. And then you have teenagers coming across all that. Now, my point being is, do you think this is right? Do you think parents should be more vigilant of this stuff? And do you think the site should be shut down?
So that's two different answers.
Yes, there's
in my
three
opinion.
questions. I got 3 questions there, so.
So, do I think that the site should be shut down? No, because it's not their responsibility.
Exactly.
It is the parents' responsibility. That being said, yes, because it is the parents' responsibility, you should be watching your child and monitoring. Yes, them more. And so, if your kid gets into a situation like this, that's not the other person's fault. That's your fault for not watching them. There's a reason, like, my niece has her computer in the living room, that way she can't hide what she's doing.
When I was younger, I had the game in the sitting room, so people knew what I was doing, or in the kitchen. I wasn't allowed in my bedroom or anything like that, for specific reasons of the problem is, God knows what I could have got up to, especially as a teenage boy. We all know what teenage boys are looking up on the internet. There's no point in fooling, but...
I don't know. I'm not a boy now.
Bullshit, you don't know. But the point still stands, like, why are parents not more vigilant? Why are parents not paying attention to the browser history of what kids are doing? To, like, even just looking over their shoulder, and just making sure they're not doing stupid shit, basically. Why are parents so dumb? Like me, for instance, I've been around the internet since I was 5 years old. Well, not 5 years old, since I was young, like probably 10 years old when I got internet first. And it wasn't even that bad back then. There wasn't as much stuff on there. There wasn't as much explicit stuff or anything like that. Yes, it was there. But the point being was, it's like nowadays you type in one word and you could come across an astronomical amount of fucked up shit. So, what do you think, Denise?
I think it's all about... Give me a sec. I will just Google Translate for this.
No problem. Take your time. There's no rush. We're waiting for Denise to Google. I will just keep talking and ranting.
It's about right parenting, because like when I was kid, my mother don't really look after me.
Yeah.
But because of her parenting, I knew what I should do and what I shouldn't do.
Mm-hmm.
And I follow it because of her parenting.
But that's...
Not because she was watching over me for entire time, but because she told me that some things is bad, and she told me why they are bad.
Exactly. Being front with your kids as an adult is a must, in my opinion, because if you're not forward with your children, you're not preparing them for the world, they're going to know fucking nothing. They're the ones that are going to be the ones going out getting a girl pregnant or pregnant themselves as a teenager because they weren't taught. Yeah, it doesn't matter if you're wearing a condom or not. It doesn't matter if you got protection or not. You can still get pregnant or impregnate someone. It stems back to the fucking point. Like, parents need to be more vigilant with their children. When their children say, "Oh, I'm going to my friend's house," ring up the other parent's house and see are they actually going there, or vice versa with the Omegle thing. Make sure you're monitoring what they're doing online. It's simple fucking math. You can put parental control on everything from your phone to your tablet to your console. On the console, you can have parental control. On your PCs, you can have parental control. And it is not hard to set up, and there's loads of YouTube tutorials out there. So,
That being
I'm sorry.
Oh, I was just saying, that being said, you also have parents though who do not understand how
Exactly.
technology works, which I think you need to learn because growing up in high school, I'm a teen girl. So,
Yeah.
that doesn't end up really well for me sometimes, but
But
like
mhm.
yeah, I mean, you said that you had your computer in the kitchen or whatever.
The PlayStation, the computer, everything,
Yeah.
and there was on the PC there was child lock, and we only had an hour a day on it. This was at the time dial-up existed, so in that hour, if somebody made a call to the house, it was like, well, there goes my internet for the day.
Exactly.
I will give you a great
Yeah.
story of back actually when my father was around and all the rest of that. So porn exists, okay? So my father had downloaded porn onto the PC. Obviously, there's parental control, so I couldn't do it, and then he blamed me. Now,
Oh my god.
oh yeah, so I'm the one that got the blame for it. And I was like, no, that wasn't me. I can't even access the fucking thing. But basically, he kept putting the blame on me. And yeah, at the end of it all, it was like, okay, whatever. I'll just take responsibility for it and just get disciplined, even though I didn't do it.
I have that
Stop.
something similar going on, except it's not porn, it's something else where I'm getting blamed for it. And I'm like, dude, it's not me. So, you know how when you're going to the bathroom sometimes,
Yeah.
people pee on the toilet seat. Usually, you think that you would clean it up.
Yeah, it's not that
So
hard
for
to
me-
do.
So for me, one thing I always do is I wipe the toilet seat before and after,
Mhm.
just in case.
Mhm.
That way, there's no pee in the toilet seat. Well, somebody's blaming, or there was pee in the toilet seat recently or whatever, and I'm like, I know for a fact that's not me because I wiped before and after.
What
Not just
What about if it's the dog?
no. This is at work.
I know. Oh, at work. Oh.
Yes, and that's what makes it even worse. And the worst thing is, I'm pretty sure I know who it is who's doing
Yeah.
it because there's pee underneath the lid if you lift the lid up.
Ah, for
Because
the
I have
love
to
of
do that
fuck.
because I have to dump pee in while I'm at work.
Yeah, understandable.
And so there's pee underneath that lid. And they said that the pee was on like the inner side, like going underneath. I'm like, I can guarantee you it is whoever is missing when they're aiming to go pee.
It can,
I'm pretty sure I
as
know
a
who it is.
guy, it can happen very easy. Not gonna lie, like it really can.
But it's like,
How hard
if
is
you're
it to be
gonna pee
vigilant?
on, yeah, like not only that, but also own up to it. Like, don't
Exactly.
make other people take the blame for your stupidity.
This is the thing
So,
about making mistakes. We all make mistakes. Everybody, if you say you have not made a mistake in your life, you're lying to yourself. It's the easiest thing in the world to be like, look, that was my fault. Didn't see it. I'll clean it up in future. Simple. It will be sorted. But the other point as well is I'm a guy that will literally, one, put the toilet seat down when I'm done. Like peeing and all that. And two, clean it up after myself. If I pee on it, it's like, okay, wipe, gone. No, good, easy, simple. Simple job,
mhm.
But for people that just have no respect for the environment around them, this is my honest opinion, or they're just too high and mighty in them fuck themselves to realize, okay, yeah, I peed here, time to clean it up. Now, how the fuck does Omega go to pee?
Mm-mm. You were talking about taking responsibility
Yes, I get that. I was joking.
for your
I was
action
being
because you were talking about the
sarcastic,
porn.
Yeah. But this is the truth. It's like anything. Usually it's the thought of actually owning up to it that's worse than the actual the consequences of it if you own up to it. Say you ended up breaking something in a house, like a window or a vase or something like that, and they're coming and talking to you like, was this you? Was that person? Was it the other person? And you just say no, even though you know it was you. And the more and more you go, oh no, the worse the consequences are going to be because you're just plain and simply dying. But if you went, yeah, sorry, that's my bad, I'll try and replace it. They're like, okay, no problem. Just be even more vigilant in future. That's usually the response that I'd be. Is people more get pissed off when they don't have the truth. The truth is always better than lying any day of the week.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
I forgot what I was gonna say.
Easy happen.
I can hear somebody's feedback on their mic.
I think that might be Denise's. Denise, you have a fan on or your PlayStation on?
No, I don't know what it is. It's sometimes
Is
it's
it your
going
PC?
on. I don't know. Maybe if I. It's just sometimes it's going on. I don't know why.
Is your noise suppression on
it's really quiet
Discord?
in my room, actually.
I know, yeah. Is your noise suppression on in Discord?
I think yes. How do I check?
If it's not, give it a look because that can help. But yeah, back to that whole topic. It's like, how hard is it to just say my fault? I'll fix it.
I think that also kind of has to do partially with how you're raised too. Because if
True.
you're raised and you were raised in like an abusive situation or
Yeah.
something like that, where if you admitted to doing something wrong, you get hit or something.
Oh yeah,
I
yeah,
think
yeah.
that kind of goes back into your future when somebody asks if you did it, you're like,
No,
you
sorry, it wasn't
have
me.
that
Yeah.
still have that past trauma. And so I do think that partially does have
Yeah.
a play into it, but I mean, it's just, if that's the case, you should be getting help for that.
Exactly,
you know?
counseling, talking to someone. Like for instance, yes, when I was younger, I did have a slightly abusive home, not the worst abusive. But yes, I was hit, and a lot of allegations thrown at me that weren't true. For instance, I'll give you another story. When I was in school, when you're really tired, your pupils dilate.
Mm-hmm.
So I was blamed of being on drugs because my pupils had dilated because I hadn't slept all night, as you do as a teenager. You're up gaming, haven't slept. So the mother blamed me first of all for being on drugs. Don't blame her because she at least she's trying to look after me. But what made it worse was my father. For instance, I got a drug test done. It got that far where I actually went and gave a blood test to prove I wasn't on drugs, even though I had to, because I was interrogated for like 8 hours. After being interrogated for a certain amount of time, you're just going to break. Everybody has a breaking point. And I was a teenager at the time, so you have a breaking point,
Mm-hmm.
So it turned out the only thing that was turned up on my blood test was I had an iron deficiency. Like I was low on my iron levels. And my father still turned around and said, "No, you're on drugs." I said, "You have my fucking blood test. How am I still on drugs? How am I even on drugs? I've never touched hard drugs in my life. Yes, I've smoked weed. Nothing wrong with smoking that every now and again. I haven't done it in like 4 years, but you know what I'm saying? Because when I was going through a lot of depression and stuff, I was looking for any type of escape, where there would be alcohol or weed. I wouldn't. But the one thing is, I'd never take any hard drugs because I know the side effects to them and what they can do to you. So if you're ever thinking of like taking cocaine or anything like that, I would honestly highly recommend you research how it's made and you research the effect it has on the brain before ever taking drugs, because they are not worth it. You're going to end up addicted in a hole, owning drug dealers, and you're just going to be broke all the time. And where's your goals and ambitions going to be then? In the gutter, because you're after, oh, I took this one hit of cocaine, I thought it'd be fine, or 2 hits of cocaine, now I'm addicted.
That's kind of how it works.
Yep.
That's addiction for you.
Yeah, addiction. And yes, we did have a discussion on your stream once, Denise, about like addiction is a state of mind. Yes, we know it is a state of mind, but there are certain addictions that are so hard to overcome with the state of mind because they literally play with your brain. They're, because you can't, if you go without them, you get withdrawals and you, stuff like that,
Yeah.
So, yeah, some things you can give up, like coke and all the rest of that, yes, they're not as bad as if you're say, taking goddamn ecstasy or coke or anything like that, you know what I mean? So it is, every addiction has its own thing. I was addicted to caffeine for a long time. Yes, I still drink coffee, but my addiction got so bad I was drinking energy drinks on the daily. I was drinking 7 cups of coffee. I was bad on caffeine. I've cut down to like 1 or 2 cups a day. And I'm just trying to like edit the title here. And like, it took, when I was coming off of all the caffeine at one point, I ended up with really bad mood swings because basically everything was out of whack, is a better way of putting it. So I got to the point where I couldn't focus. My mood swings. I was having mood swings. I was happy one moment, sad the next. Do you know how stupid that is? So yeah,
did you just like randomly cut off?
No, why?
At the end? Oh, because you were talking and all of a sudden you just like,
yeah, I stopped because I put an open question out there. Do you know how stupid that is? Open question.
Oh, you literally just like cut off at the end. At least that's what it sounded like for me.
Oh, damn. Okay, yeah. So the question was like, my hormones were all over the place from the addiction of caffeine, where it was like, mood swings going up and down. Yeah. It's fucking ridiculously annoying, but it's also very stupid and avoidable. these are the other things. Addictions are avoidable. Very. Like, if you're doing something, drinking every day. Hey, Jiro, long time no see, buddy. How are you getting on? I hope you're doing well. But if you're doing... Addiction stems from doing the same thing every single day without trying to stop yourself. If you end up... Like, I'm going to go back to the whole masturbation thing. You could end up with an addiction to masturbation. It really is possible. If you are masturbating twice, 3 times a fucking day, huh?
No, keep talking.
All right, if you're masturbating twice, 3 times a day, what's going to happen? Over months and months and months, your brain's going to be like, this is enjoyable, and it's making you feel depressed because also your testosterone levels are dropping. Now, what were you saying, Susie?
Oh, I was saying, so 2 things actually. But that's not the only issue with that is if you're masturbating that much a day, it'll get to the point to where when you find an actual sexual partner, it won't be nothing compared to yourself.
Compared to your left or right hand.
Exactly, because you're like, well, this is how I like it, and this is not how they're doing it, you know?
Exactly.
That being said, I also have a funny story because I actually knew somebody who masturbated a lot to the point where they gave themselves a nice rash on themselves and they had to get taken to the hospital because of how much it burned and everything. So
what the fuck? Go on.
If that does, yeah.
Keep going. Finish the story, because that's amazing.
No, that's pretty much it. Like, they're like, he was crying the whole time, I guess, on their way to the hospital. And they're like, well, how'd you get the rash? He's like, I don't know. Like, he didn't want to admit it.
How'd you get the rash? I beat the dick off myself every day. How else did you get the rash? By the way, Jiro, we're talking about random stuff. This just stemmed from Omegle, believe it or not. Anyway, continue. And addiction. Sorry, this is the power of addiction as well.
Yeah, and they got to the hospital and they're like, you're masturbating a lot, obviously. Like, you need to not do it so much because this is what happens. Like, he was raw and everything. I was like, oh god. But it was funny. Not naming names though.
No, don't name names. Yeah. Like, this is not about naming names. So that's the thing about any sort of addiction. If you keep doing over and over again, it feels really good. You're getting that, like, what's endorphin release. That's what addiction really is. Think about gambling. All right, go to another addiction. Gambling. Gamblers have this thing. They'll calculate their wins, but they will never calculate their losses. Because they're going for the high of the win. So, for instance, all right, let me, do you know scratch cards, or what you'd call them over there, lotto tickets or scratch-off tickets, you know what I'm talking about, where you can win, like, easy money?
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm talking about as well, Denise?
Yeah.
All right, so people will, like, say you buy 50 euros or dollars of that, right? So they win on 1 out of the $50 and they win 20. They're just going to say, I won $20 or 20 euro. But they're not going to say, I lost 30. You will never hear a gambler say, I lost 30. But if you think realistically, you spent 50, won 20, you lost fucking 30, so you won nothing. That's how I did help my friend with his addiction to gambling actually at one point. He went back onto it when he had a falling out with me for no reason. Like, he started distancing himself from everyone because he wasn't in a good place mentally. Not mentioning names, of course. But I literally said to him, I actually pointed that out to him, and he started to realize I was talking sense. And that helped him stop buying scratch cards. Stop buying, like, you know, stop doing bingo or anything like that. Any sort of fix for the gambling. And he started to get in the right direction. He got on the road driving, you know. He started to have ambitions and that. And then when I told him the truth about a certain thing that he didn't like to hear, he stopped talking to me for like about a month. And I just had enough at that point. I said, look, you're a great friend, aren't you? Because I helped you through everything and you turned your back on me when I needed you. We're back talking now because I forgive him. I'm not one of them people that hold grudges. If you come and you legitimately apologize to me, I am going to forgive you. I'm not going to forget what you did, but I am going to forgive you because life is too short to hold grudges. Honestly.
Sounds like the words of a woman.
Huh?
I said, sounds like the words of a woman. I will forgive you, but I will not forget.
But it's true. You don't ever forget what the person did, but you will forgive if it's something trivial like that. Because who the fuck wants to be that asshole that's like, no, I can't forgive you because you stopped talking to me for a couple of months. Maybe they needed to get their head straight. I've had them moments.
I said there's a few exceptions on
Oh,
what not to
yes, there
forgive.
is a few exceptions, but I'm talking about something that trivial.
Yeah.
That's not
No,
something to hold a grudge over.
Yeah, no. I was just saying there's always a few exceptions to everything.
Yeah. Oh, who has the stream playing?
That's me.
I'm
Sorry.
muted.
Oh,
I just
Jesse!
jumped on.
Gee, welcome. You didn't even say hello. You just came in and I heard myself.
I was waiting for you to be done talking what you were talking about.
So, for anyone that's wondering why I'm the only one on camera, because when I tried to capture Discord, it just the stream wouldn't work. It just kept freezing. So I can't capture multiple. For some reason, I can't capture the Discord and keep the stream going. So we've got Jesse, Denise, Susie, and myself on the stream right now. And if anybody else feels like they want to join in on the conversation, the legit conversation we're having, you're more than welcome. You can join into the Discord, and I can invite you into the group as long as you are of the ages of 18 and plus, because I get like, it's good to get a perspective of a teenager, but for talking, I want people that are 18 plus. Just for legal reasons, I guess, cover my own ass. I think. Does that make sense?
Yes, because you don't want them talking about stuff like drugs and masturbation under the age.
Yeah, under the age. Like, I know you do stuff like that as you're growing up. Who the fuck didn't do that when they were a teenager? Not the drugs, but...
I didn't do drugs.
Yeah, not the drugs. Not the drugs. But, so yeah, we already mentioned the Omegle thing. Like, we can go back to that topic, though, because I didn't finish actually talking about it. We kind of drifted off a little bit and ended up at masturbation. So, with the Omegle thing, it's like, you have the text chat as well now. There's a great example of this, right? So I went on to the Omegle text chat one day, and I literally just said hi, and this girl goes, female, like 16 or something like that. I was like, okay, what do you want me to do with this information? She's like, send me a picture of your dick. And I literally turned around and said, you're asking a 28-year-old dude that you don't even know what I look like, who I am, where I'm from, to send me a picture of my dick. I'm thinking to myself, where the fuck are your parents? That's the problem. Right there. You can't even go on to Omegle and have a proper conversation because everybody's horny on there, or they're looking for, dick pics or nudes or shit like that. And it's like, what has happened to people actually wanting to have a conversation?
It went down the toilet.
Yep, went down the toilet because everybody's on their
People
phone.
don't know how to communicate with each other anymore.
It's the truth. They don't. Like, we're communicating right now. We're having proper conversation right now. But if you went onto Omegle, onto the video chat section, and you were scrolling through, every single guy, or 95% of the guys you come across, will just next you instantly because you're a dude. Or they're beating their meat. One or the other. So, yeah.
What they want to do is what they want to do.
But why are they displaying it to teenagers?
Well, they don't need it.
It's been like that for
exactly
15 years,
that's why I was asking, do you think the website should be shut down?
No, it's the parents need to take responsibility.
I agree with that
right.
part. I agree with that part. But as we said as
and
well,
people need to stop being turd asses.
Exactly, but as we said as well, a lot of parents don't understand the internet. So for them parents, what do? Do you
monitor them?
But if you don't,
you watch them.
Yeah, but if the parents that are stupid, basically that don't know the internet, not stupid, but don't know,
then that's your fault. You need to learn, essentially, because we're a society that's supposed to be evolving into better, bigger and better things, meaning technology is going to get more complicated. You need to get with the program and learn how to understand it, at least the basics.
Like, this is why
There's
I'm
no
glad.
excuse.
This is why I'm glad I know all about the internet and the dangers of it, because one day when I do have kids, I want them to be safe online and not be afraid that when they're 12 or 13, they're seeing some unknown person's fucking dick on Snapchat. Why the fuck are parents letting their children have Snapchat at 10, 11, 12, 13? Why the fuck?
That's
Instagram,
exactly the question.
TikTok, all these things. I'm on TikTok. I'm scrolling down and I'm seeing girls, like teenage girls, shaking their ass. And I'm like, that's not what I want to be seeing on TikTok. I'm here for funny videos. Why are you showing me fucking teenagers?
Oh, TikTok is something else when it comes to those videos.
Yeah.
It's like
I refuse to get TikTok because of that.
You're gonna like being somebody who's not even doing anything sexual because they talk about something sexual, but then you're gonna have these young girls shaking their asses on screen. Like, where
What? Explain this to me, please.
This is my point.
Oh.
This is why the internet sucks so bad. Like, and then another example of what even real life actually at this point. So you know the way girls look more mature than say when we were younger because of the GMOs in the food and also a lot more makeup and a lot more clothes that are make them look older, right? So the point being, right? So say a girl is 15, 16, has a fake ID. The bouncers say it's fine for her to go into a nightclub. A guy of say 22 or something, or even older, brings that girl home, have sex with her, ends up, say for instance, then finding out she's 15. Is that guy in the wrong or is the girl in the wrong?
The girl. I think we talked about this.
Yeah, we
before.
talked about
the girl
off-stream.
and
You
the
and I
bouncer.
did, yeah.
But the guy isn't theoretically wrong because it's first off it was in a bar. Secondly, the girl got in there, and thirdly, you know, she had a fake ID.
There's 3 people to blame for that: the girl, the bouncer, and the parents.
And the parents, exactly. That's
Yeah.
where I was going to get with it because it was the same thing as I said earlier. It's like if you hear your son or daughter is going to their friend's house, make sure they're going there. Drop them off. Follow them for a little bit to make sure they're not going to go do some shady shit. And then,
Rock them.
So I was gonna.
go on.
I was gonna say about like for example, growing up, my mom was super good about all of that. But like when I was a teenager, not 12, 13, like you were saying, like older, a little bit older, like 16 or
Yeah.
17 or whatever, like I'd go to my friend's house and we'd go on it. So that's not my mom.
Yeah, see, that's the other thing.
Per se.
Teenagers are sneaky as well, so parents need
Right.
to be
Yeah,
one
that's the
step
thing.
ahead.
Kids lie. Kids keep things from their parents. So in some cases, like I said, my mom is pretty good about it. Like I went out to frat parties and stuff when I was only like 18
Oh.
because here the drinking age is
Oh
21.
yeah, 21. Okay, 18 is still fine because over here legal age is 18, so I can't really
Right.
say much on that point myself. I was
So,
drinking when I was 18.
There are, and like obviously kids lie. It's like, oh, I'd be like, oh, hey mom, I'm gonna go over to so and so's house, and she'd drop me off, and then we would go in somewhere else
Yep,
because their parents were working and we were home alone.
exactly.
Because the friend I'm thinking of has a single mom, blah blah. So like, that's the thing that was like with that is like kids are sneaky even if your parents do take the precautions.
That's true.
So
Even if you have an honest, truthful relationship, like it would less likely happen, but it's
Yeah.
still gonna happen.
Well, for me, like I only did
Right.
a couple of things that I shouldn't have done as a teenager. One, start
that's
smoking.
me.
Start smoking. That was one thing that I
No.
regret ever doing. But that was like when I was 17 or 18 at the time. The second thing was going to my friend's house at 13 and trying alcohol for the first time. That was a regret. But look, that was dumb. And the third thing is just, you know, lying a little bit about where I'm going when I shouldn't have. And these are things that, for the most part, I was brought up honest and to like, if I'm doing something, my mother would rather me do it in front for like alcohol wise if I was drinking, for instance, at 16 or so. Because who doesn't teenage drink, you know? Honestly, there's no point in saying.
Me.
All right.
I
In
have actually
Ireland,
never
who doesn't teenage
Actually,
drink?
that's not true. That's
What?
not true.
All right.
It was family though. It was
That's my
never I
point.
went out with friends.
That's my point.
Yeah.
I did it around my mother. Like, she actually bought me the alcohol when I was 16. No
Okay.
problem. Welcome to the chat, by the way, Pluto. Oh, Plato Maximum?
Plato.
Plato?
I don't know.
Plato? Sorry if I said that wrong. But
Look,
so,
my
like,
mom also would have preferred me to drink with her. She like
exactly.
she was kind of like, especially in the United States, this is unheard of. She's kind of like quote unquote like European that way in
Yeah.
the sense of like they tend to like give their kids wine with dinner or something starting at a relatively young age
Oh,
compared
no,
to
not here anyway.
particularly the United States. No, I'm talking like Spain,
Yeah,
Italy,
I know what you're talking about.
like
Spain,
mainland
Italy, yeah.
Europe. And like so like she was like, oh yeah, like it's Christmas and all the adults are having like peppermint schnapps in their hot chocolate. You can too at like 14.
Yeah, that's
But it was
ridiculous.
like 14 or 15, but it was like it's a small amount for the flavor. Like it's not like I got drunk off of it or something because
course
she
not.
thought it was important to like have a tolerance and know how to drink responsibly and stuff like that. Because she knows underage drinking is a thing. She's not
Oh,
stupid.
yeah. Like, this is my
Like,
point.
Yeah.
You got lit at a young age, or I don't know what age you are, but the point being is, yes, I drank alcohol responsibly around my mother because my father at the point when I started drinking wasn't in the picture. So my main role model actually growing up was my mother. My mother taught me to cook, clean, laundry, responsibilities, discipline me when I was fucking up, getting grounded, Yes, we had our arguments. What kids and parents don't have arguments? Like if you say you never had an argument with your parent, I think you're goddamn lying.
I've never had an argument with my mom.
Are you sure?
I am positive.
Not even a disagreement.
Nope. I was in first grade last time I saw her, so I've never had an
Oh,
argument
well, all
with
right.
my mom.
That's different. I'm on about people that are actively living with their parents or something like that, if your parents are
I
not,
just wanted to joke.
I know, I get you. That's why. But if your parents are not in the picture, I understand that. Yeah, peasant shit. But the point being, it's like everybody has to grow up in some way, shape, or form. Why am I still wearing earbuds when I'm playing a game? That's dumb. I was playing a game before stream. We're playing
I'm
Smite.
sorry, I'm a distraction.
I was wondering why you're wearing that, but I wasn't sure like if there's a reason to say anything.
Oh yeah, sorry. That's just when I'm playing on the PlayStation and having to chat in Discord. I have to have earbuds in so I can hear the game. Yes, I do game 95% of the time on stream. Sunday is the Yes Podcast. This is the second time we're doing it. As you can see, episode 2. The first episode is over on YouTube right now, and eventually what I'm going to try and do is download the audio and put it up on Spotify. We came across, with topics we went across there was bullying and butt stuff and some other stuff.
The butt stuff is more of a joke
Yes,
than
that is
actual
more of a
conversation
joke.
about it.
We do joke
to be
as well
fair.
here. We don't take everything too serious when it comes. Actually, now I do want to bring up a very serious topic. So yesterday on my Jackbox stream, near the end of the stream, some motherfucker decided to come in and start making fun of Down syndrome people. Okay?
No.
Plain and fucking simple. I have a zero. If I forgot to put requires Twitch on the game. I have a zero fucking tolerance for people making fun of people with disabilities. Zero fucking tolerance. So if I ever catch people in here making fun of disabled people, that has been me. Well, if that's you, I'm annoyed. But I don't think it was you. I didn't see you here yesterday. You're first time chatter. The point fucking being is, people can't help if they've got a disability. People can't help if they're born with it. I have a mental disability. I have dyslexia. It's not as bad as some disabilities out there. I had 2 disabled brothers for years. So the other thing as well is, like, why is somebody else making fun of somebody for having a thing they can't control?
That goes with bullying.
That's the same thing
Most
as well.
of the time.
Like, I may have been calm yesterday on stream, but deep down inside, I was screaming because I was about to lose my shit. Lucky enough, I'm able to keep my composure because I don't like getting angry. I really don't. But when somebody pushes me too far, I don't care who the fuck you are, you're going to be told. I'm a really chill person. I'm a very nice person, but there are certain things like rape jokes that rub me the wrong way. Fucking making fun of disabilities and any sort of racism. Because you cannot help the skin color, you cannot help where you're from, and you cannot help... I'm making fun of like trans people and their gender preferences, because if you're feeling a certain way and you're not doing me any harm, why the fuck should I care?
Yeah, exactly. People are too concerned with others anymore instead of just like taking care of themselves.
Yeah. But then you have on the other end of the coin, the extremists, the people that go too far on the direction of, like, they lose their shit if somebody says, say they identify as a female and they call them male because they look like they have a more of a masculine thing, and then they lose their shit because you made a mistake. It is alright to make mistakes. If you mistake and they say, look, I identify as a female, and they're like, okay, sorry, I'll correct that next time, That's a conversation. Yeah. But if you're jumping down their throat like, oh, you fuck you look like this or whatever. No. That's the way you can't be doing it.
Yeah, I agree. And it I don't know if it actually went through as a law here, but like I know in the United States they're talking about like making it a chargeable offense to misgender someone.
Yeah, that's dumb.
Because it's emotional abuse or something like. I can't remember. I literally just woke up. Chat. Sorry. So I can't remember exactly what it said, but like that to me, like if as long as you're willing to say, oh sorry, I was wrong, as you said, in the future I will correct myself. That shouldn't be a problem. I'm also not trans or identify as a different
Yeah,
gender
I'm
than
the
I
same.
was assigned as birth, though. So it is it is a little different for me to say that as well.
Exactly. Like one of my closest friends online is trans. Okay, I'm not going to mention the name because it's not my place to say it. And I'm very close to this person, and I have never at first it took me back because I met and they identified as one gender, and then they come out and said it to me. I'm identifying as this, so it took me a little bit to my brain to readjust to it. And I have no issues with this person. I consider him one of my closest friends. But no, don't worry about making the helicopter joke. I said that on last week's stream. I don't care what you identify as. I identify as a fucking toaster, I said. Like, I was joking. We do have them type of
Oh,
jokes.
that's where toaster strudel couldn't.
That's where toaster strudel came from. But as long as you're not targeting someone with that kind of like attitude, then you're fine. But if you start like harassing people because they identify as whatever, then that's where you're wrong. That's where I understand where they might come into law. But if then, you know, the way over in America, everybody wants to sue everyone.
Yeah, it's a problem.
Isn't that going to cause a big issue if that comes into effect? Like, oh, this person said I'm male even though I'm female, now I'm suing you.
Yeah, it would be stupid, but also like respect people's wishes. Seriously.
Exactly.
It's not your life. You're not living their life. You don't see them every day. Just like how
That's
would
why,
you
like,
like it if you
There's
What?
so many times that I say to people where it's like, why does it matter?
Exactly. Why does it
And-
matter?
Yeah, it's just like, oh, like, I can't believe
You know-
this person's gay or whatever. And it's like,
Who cares?
so what? Like, who cares? Like, it does not affect your day-to-day life.
If
Why does it matter?
if they're a man, they like a man, that's fine. If they're a woman, they like a woman, that's fine. If you're if you like both genders, that's fine. The point being is that we're making here is like, why does it matter to you if it doesn't affect you? Oh, they're gay, they might hit on me. I take that as a compliment. They find me fucking attractive. Okay, good.
Do you
Oh,
know how many
that's why
unwanted
there's
men
no-
I have hit on me when I'm straight? Like, it happens all the time, whether you're straight, gay, or otherwise. Like, what you do is you just say, oh, hey, I'm not interested.
Exactly. Instead of freaking
And then
out,
you move
like,
on.
just because they're hitting you doesn't mean they're going to bring you down an alley and try to have their way with you. That's not what's
Right.
going to happen. They're just interested in you to see if you're gay. What?
Oh, I was just reading what Blue Pool said.
Yeah. Oh, Blue. Hey,
That
welcome.
makes sense.
I only
So,
have a problem with a
like,
person if they've done something to her. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
That's the only time.
exactly.
Who doesn't? Like, unless you don't care about your family. If somebody came in, and that's my mother, by the way. If somebody came in, she's on her other account. This always confuses me, ma. You're on the wrong account. God damn it. So if somebody came into my my house right now and they tried to attack or whatever, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to throw you out the fucking window. Don't get me wrong. I am going to throw you out the fucking window because you came into my goddamn house. That's if the dog doesn't get you first. But the dog is actually a big soft. She should probably jump and try and lick the person instead of attacking.
that's-
She's a dopey
Seriously.
dog, but she's an amazing dog. I
that's
wouldn't say that.
yes.
So
I feel that.
this
My
is the
dogs will not do
point.
anything.
if somebody is not doing you any harm, you shut the fuck up.
You know,
Go on.
it's
speak.
it's kind of funny because in Russia, if somebody breaks into your house and you like beat him up, you are in the wrong one.
It used to be like that.
Same
over
as
here.
in the United States.
It used to be like that over here, but they changed the law. If somebody comes into your house now and they have malintent, you can actually defend yourself.
If
Oh my
you-
gosh.
People can sue you or whatever and bring charges against you if you attack them in your own home when they broke in.
Yeah.
Here in the United States. It's ridiculous.
Jesse, Susie, and Denise. Yeah, 100%, Matt. That is who is in the call right now. I would have everybody. I would have multiple pictures up on screen, but my stream, the PC can't handle it. Stupid fucking things.
I did want to add to that. It depends on the location you're at, Jesse. But apparently there's some spots in the US to where if somebody broke in your house and you were afraid that they were going to take your life, you can legally kill them
Yes.
and not report it to the police. You would have to call like some other number just to
I mean,
Yeah. Sorry.
if
Matt,
somebody,
can I
if
say something
somebody
before I go?
broke into my house, I would still defend myself and
yeah.
defend.
Exactly.
Because
Agree with
it's
Gota.
usually they lose those sort of case. I'm just saying, like, technically, I'm pretty sure in New York, technically they can bring charges against you. They're probably gonna lose it though.
See,
The case against you.
back to the mother's topic comment there. Denise will not call you by your first name. It's a respecting in Russia, by the way. Just to let you know, that's what Denise said yesterday.
I mean, I can try.
You can try, but you just
I
don't.
just
It's
need
just,
to-
it just goes
I need to
against
write-
you. It goes against what you think and what you believe, which is fine.
I just need to write it down somewhere.
But yeah, so the point being is like everybody in America wants to sue everybody. Where we got that point across, but I've also heard if somebody's on your property, you can legally shoot them. In some
where you're
states.
at.
In some states.
So that's something funny that has been brought up. In your house, yes. My friend was telling me like, if you shoot someone, like bring the body into your house, and then you can get away with it,
For
or
fuck's
something
sake.
like that. But if it's outside, you can't. Something like that.
That's
It's such
so
a janky
dumb.
thing. But if you beat someone up, you can be charged with assault. But if you shoot them, you're okay.
Dumb. That's all I
Yeah,
gotta say.
exactly.
Hey, I'm from.
It's so stupid.
Blue. Wait, what am I missing here? I'm
What?
from.
Cloud
Do you have
or
cloud goggles? I'm happy, Connor broke your leg rip. Who? I don't know what you're on about there. Lost.
I don't know. I was confused
I'm
either.
confused now. Can
Me
you
too.
speculate or not elaborate? Sorry, not speculate. Elaborate on what you're
Also,
saying.
I totally understand too about the not calling elders by
I get that too. I don't
their
call my,
first name just
I don't
because
say
that-
Lynn to my mother only when I'm
is-
saying what her name is.
Yeah, no, it's totally a culture thing. It's just it's also, you call them with what they want to be called too. So
Yeah.
yeah. So
On-
it's definitely a conflicting thing.
Unlike when I'm talking about my grandmother's, well, one of my grandmothers died there like 6 or 7 months ago, but I call my grandmother down below Greta, and I used to call my other grandmother when I was talking like Mary, so people would know which grandmother I was talking about. It was just easier for me to say that. But actually, I remember one day, I'll give you a funny story speaking of that. So we were down at my mother's grandmother's, which is Greta. We were down at her place one day. I was on the phone. I can't remember who I was on the phone to, but I just go, I'm down here at Greta's house. And the mother was like, Craig, what the fuck are you saying? I said, I'm telling them where they am. So yeah, sometimes I will. It's just not, I don't do it in a disrespectful way. I just do it to make it easier for people to know who I'm with, or that.
Yeah.
But it also depends on what family you're in. Some families call each other by first names. Like for instance, a streamer, YouTuber, Tom Syndicate, will call his father Ken, or his mother, I can't remember his mother's name, but he goes on his vlogs and stuff like that, he called them by their names, Depends on what family you grow up in.
It's
Hmm?
it's actually interesting because with growing up, how you'd be like mom, dad, you would call them yourself, and then if you're talking to your friends, you usually call them by their names or whatever. I had one friend who was like a year older than me, and we were walking home together because we lived pretty close to each other. And I remember, and I know a few people will do this, but instead of saying my mom, they'll be like, yeah, mom just wants to blah blah blah. Like, and to me, I was not used to it, so I'm like,
Yeah.
that's your mom, not my mom. Like, why are you saying my mom? What? So it's interesting how people grow up and
Yeah.
whoops.
And sometimes I'd
cultures.
say the mother is coming. Like, it's a bad thing. The mother is coming down here now. I think that might be an Irish thing, though, where we go. Because I seen on my mother's phone, when her sister rang, she had the sister. So, it's funny to me. It's like, the sister we're talking about in general, she doesn't actually speak. She yells at you. She will be 2 feet away from you, and she's yelling. She's like, how are you doing? You're coming down for this? Like, Jesus, okay, hold up. Or you'll be on the phone, or you have to hold the phone like 2 feet away from your goddamn ear, even when it's not on speaker.
That's you.
Huh?
I was making a joke. I was like, that's
Yeah,
you.
that's the
on my streams.
microphone. But yeah, this is what I want to get through in this podcast. Is we're going to talk about a load of different things on a weekly basis. This is why I want, if you have a topic you want discussed, put it in the chat. Because I like learning about new things. And you have 9 sisters. Oh yeah, that's Matt. She's got 9 sisters. You know who I'm talking about? The one that yells.
It's funny because when you said the mother, my immediate first reaction was the British are coming. The British.
To arms, to arms. Even though that is false history and that's not what he said. Thank you, America,
What
for teaching
was the
war.
actual thing he said?
The regulars are out. To arms, to arms.
Oh, that's it. Yeah, I couldn't remember for a second. But like,
Yeah.
you know the one that yells
Yeah,
at
the
you a
British
lot
are coming.
when she's talking? You know the one I'm talking about. No, I'm not mentioning names here. So yeah, that's what makes me laugh. Yes, you do. Okay, good. I do really enjoy different cultures. As Denise knows, in Russia, people can't drive. Right?
People can't what?
People can't drive, I said, in Russia.
That's racist.
No, it isn't. It's true. Have you seen the videos of Russia driving?
They're always from Russia. The crazy
They're
dash
crazy.
cam
They're
footage.
crashing into each other. There was actually, Susie sent me a TikTok earlier. It was
That made
hilarious.
us laugh.
So it was a GTA one where it's like, in America, we drive on the right side of the road. In Europe, we drive on the or UK, we did drive on the left side of the road. In Russia, we drive on what was it? Like, what was it?
We drive on the road.
Yeah, we drive on the road and it's just like hitting all the goddamn cars as it's going like oh, for the love of fuck.
It made it better because it was also a tank.
Yeah, what the fuck is that?
Mhm.
And I've seen that. I've seen tanks coming out in the real videos and they're topped it over. Hey, do you know what's racist? Is you consistently thinking I own a leprechaun.
But you do.
Wait, racist.
Isn't
We're just joking, by the way. If anybody thinks nobody's being offensive here, these are jokes we have in our stream. So don't get twisted. This is what friends do.
banter?
Friends joke like this, and if you cannot joke with your friends like this, they're not your friends. Now, this is actually a segue to that topic about friendship. You told them honestly.
Ooh, friends again.
Friends? What
Yeah.
are friends?
So
Yeah, I know. I don't know anybody in real life. All my friends are online.
it doesn't matter.
Hey, online friends are real friends.
Online friends are
honestly,
real
yeah.
friends. Online relationships are real. Online everything is real. Simple. Okay.
Yeah.
Tell them a secret.
As long as you've actually interacted with them and that you're not like
Yeah.
walking into a catfish situation.
Exactly. Like make sure you video chat. That's
Right.
We'll go on to that topic afterward about dating. But let's talk about
we're talking about dating,
friendship.
too.
Let's talk about what?
Talk about what?
Are you singing Let's Talk About Sex, babe? I swear. I just heard that. Anyway, so back to the whole friendship thing. All right. How to
Gotta get
how
yours,
to
'cause
figure
you gotta
out if
get
you've got a
yours.
real friend. First thing, you're not the one constantly doing the texting, the calling, or just asking to hang out. That's the first step. If you're consistently the one putting all the effort into a friendship or a relationship, that actually goes for both, where is that going? Like, where is your friendship going? It's not a friendship. Second thing is, if they're always making excuses when you have plans and they're never turning up, it's always an excuse and they're bullshitting you. That is not a real friend. A real friend is going to be, if they say they're going to do, unless something really bad happened and they message you like, look, I'm sorry, this happened. That's understandable. Third thing as well is if they're always taking it too far. Like, we had a little bit of banter there, but if they're going to the extreme, like calling you specific names just to get a rise out of you, that is not a friend. They're the main signs to look out for. Or there's one last one that I really want people to really listen to. If you're in school, for instance, this is like more of a school situation because you always have multiple friends in school, not just one. A lot of people do. I didn't. I had 2 friends, which weren't great friends. If you have the whole thing where they'll hang out with you, but when they go to a different group of friends, they don't want to introduce you to that friend. They're not friends. Am I right or am I wrong?
Oh, I do have a little bit of a disagreement with one of the things
Alright,
you
go
said,
for
and it's people who are introverted
Oh,
and
yeah, I
super
never thought
shy,
about that.
super quiet. Anybody who's on the spectrum, they kind of have a different idea. Like,
Okay.
you just, I mean, if you want to hang out with them, you give them notice for sure. Don't just be like last minute, hey, you
Oh,
want to hang out.
yeah, I know.
Also, the fact that they do get a lot more worn out easy,
Mm.
mentally drained, I guess you can say, because they have to prepare themselves to do it. You know,
That's
I'm
understandable.
like that. I need to mentally
Yeah.
prepare to hang out with people. If you just text me on a whim and you're like, it's like 7 or 8 at night and you're like, hey,
Oh, yeah,
let's
yeah.
go out,
That's
I'm going
different,
to
yeah.
be like, no.
But
Yeah.
yeah,
Like,
no, I get
sorry.
that. I'm the same way actually. I would rather get maybe 7 or 8 hours notice, not a
At
20-minute
least.
notice. But yeah, no, I understand that point as well. I never even thought about
Yeah.
people that are introverted. That's my bad on that. See, sometimes
I would say, and then it's not just that too. It's, sometimes they've had like a draining day and you've had the plan for a week. They're gonna be like, hey, I can't because I'm completely just pooped.
that's fine.
And,
Like,
and
that's
that
fine.
happens a lot to me. So I'm like, I always feel bad because I'm like, I want to hang out with you. I'm just like, it's so much energy to
Yeah.
do
Yeah.
it,
But that
Exactly.
that's understandable. That's like a legit reason. But if they're basically turning and don't have a reason, they just don't want to. Like, they're
Mhm.
like, nah, I'm not. Nah, they don't even tell you, nah, I'm just not in the mood. They're just like, no reasons.
Yeah,
There's where
that's
I'm on about.
good.
I understand, like, if you're drained, like, okay, I can't hang out. I'm too tired. I'm going to bed. Fine.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Can
I
I help you?
No.
That's
Oh,
part of the
no,
reason
sorry.
why,
I-
like, most of. Oh, go ahead, Denise. You haven't said much.
I would
Or you've
never
been quiet.
introduce part of my friends to other part of my friends.
Yeah.
Actually,
That's a good thing to
like
do.
you said that if your friends don't want to introduce you to
Yeah.
their circle of it's not real friends, but I would never introduce like you
Oh,
to
yeah,
my
yeah.
Russian
No, I
friends.
understand that because
I would never introduce like there's a couple of Russian friends that I never introduced to a couple of my other Russian friends from other circle of
yeah, I was more
friends.
going back to like school when you're in school,
Okay.
that's
Oh,
more for that.
yeah.
Not as an adult. Adults are different. We understand that, but when teenagers can be cold because one of my Discord or viewers that will come in every now and again, Little Floof, had the same situation where the friends were being really toxic to her, and she was in the stream last week and gave the topic about bullying.
Yeah.
And what was happening with her was the friends wouldn't like interact, like they kept bullying her and stuff like that, and she kept thinking like sticking around. I was like, you need to just get out there. Like they're going to get worse and worse and worse. It doesn't get better. Bullying doesn't get better because you want it to. Bullying,
Unless you stand up for yourself and actually mean it.
yes, you need to. That
Right.
is when it will get a bit better, but it's still not ever going to be 100% because bullies are bullies no matter what. So,
Right.
but it is an interesting. I didn't think about the whole introverted side because I'm an extrovert. I'm
Yeah.
always out and about, so I don't actually think introverted. I used
So
to be.
I've done the test thing, and I show up as an extrovert, but like, that's why my online relationships are almost better because I do like to be home. I'm a massive
I'm the
homebody,
same. Like
and I don't want to go hang out with you on a whim, but I'll play a game with you online on a
exactly.
whim.
I'm actually the exact
Yeah.
same as that. But I think that really is the new extrovert. I'm being honest with you
Yeah,
because
being
extroverted
social
before,
online.
extroverted was before like all this internet came. It was going out and actually going to someone's house because you didn't have a choice. You had to, if you wanted to hang out with someone, you had to go and call over to their house and be like, "Yo, you want to hang out?" There was no choice. You could, or you're ringing them on an actual phone, like
Right.
a landline. But now everything's at the touch of a button. You can we're literally talking in different countries at the touch of a fucking button, which still baffles my mind to this day. I don't care what anyone says. That still baffles my mind. But the point being is, just look out for. So it's not always the case, but just look out for some of them signs. If them signs are showing up in your friendships, aka also your relationships, be careful. That's all I'm going to say. Just be careful. It's just more of a. Go on.
It's more of a baseline. It's not something that's specific. It's just
Kind of a baseline.
Right, and it's one of those
they
things.
kind
There's
of throw in
exceptions
this-
to every rule.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like I'm not going to say, "Oh, this is a bad friendship" because they didn't want to hang out on this specific day. That'd just be completely stupid, basically. But I'm saying there are signs of a bad relationship / bad friendship.
Like, I know I've definitely had moments where I was a bad friend. Like, it wasn't on purpose, but I was just like, oh crap, I was supposed to do this, and
Yeah.
I completely
But
forgot
they were
about it.
accidental. They weren't done
Yeah.
on purpose. Like that's different. Like these are if the people are actually doing it on purpose and they know they're doing it because they get a joy out of seeing other people hurt. There are people out there like that. And They're called sociopaths. But yeah. So let's go.
You seem like you have a lot of introverts in your chat right now.
I guess
Right.
so. Like, but hey, at the end
Right.
of the day, at least you can come here and chill out and talk and listen to other people's experiences.
I'm gonna go.
I was gonna say, I mean, you are on Twitch. It's like
No
a
problem.
good place for introverts.
Yeah, that's why I start. That's another reason why I start streaming, so people have a comfortable place to come and feel like they can be themselves and not feel judged and not feel like they're going to get attacked because they talk to the streamer. I've seen some streamers do that. A great example of that was I saw a clip on YouTube from Twitch a while back, and it was this girl that was like, you can't even afford $5 a month? What the hell is the point in you being here? It's like, you're really... Sometimes people can't afford $5 a month. Sometimes people can't afford €5 a day. And you expect people to sub to you. You're supposed to be making content to make people feel good, to make people feel fucking happy, to make people, you know, want to get up and actually do something. Not to make content to make money. If you're doing it to make money, go fuck yourself. Yes, money is a benefit that'll come somewhere down the line, but it should not be your number one priority in anything you're doing. Whether it be it's starting off that you wanna become world #1 chef. Do you really think that's gonna come without you having to spend out a shit ton of money? No. Everything comes with hard work. You're going to put a lot of money into things before you make money. And if you're only doing it for money, you might as well just stop. And look for something you're actually genuinely passionate about. If you are not passionate about the work you're in, if you're not passionate about the relationship you're in, if you're not passionate about the friendships you're in, if you're not passionate about anything, passion should be on anything and everything, you might as well just stop and look to a different horizon for that passion. Whether it be, okay, I'm going to be a chef. Okay, I don't have any passion in this. Okay, let's change. I want to be a musician. I have great passion for this. Chase your dreams. It might work out for you for 10 years. Chase. That's why they're called dreams. They're something to chase. Pint? Anybody?
No, sorry, I was typing something to someone.
No
who just
problem at
messaged
all.
me.
What do you think, Denise? Sure.
I don't know what to think yet.
Fair enough. It's alright to not have an opinion. Like, you're perfectly welcome.
Yeah, I'm very bad with this.
Don't worry about it. Look, it's something new to you. You've never...
I'm trying to listen.
You can listen all you want. You chime in when you want. Like, there's no right and wrong way to do a podcast. Podcasts are just shooting the shit, talking about anything that's on the mind. Anybody have a topic they might want to have discussed while you're in chat? Because, like,
this is what our issue is. We didn't write stuff down the last few times we've been chatting. We're like, oh, this would be a great topic for Sunday, and then
I still brought up a lot of the topics we did talk about. I had them on my mind. Like, you missed some of them.
No, I know.
It's alright. Like, I brought
sorry
up
that I didn't go to bed till 6 a.m.
Alright, you're still trying to get your sleep back on track, you know, which is perfectly fine at the end of the day. So, like, look, just be yourself in every day. Be yourself. Don't like let people, you know, put you down or anything like that, because it's not fair on you, you know. If people are putting you down, they're not your friends either. And I mean, not mean banter wise, but actually putting you down. Like, they're calling you stupid, dumb, stuff like that. Why are they calling you that? What did you do to deserve that? And
what if you did some stupid or dumb?
That's different, because then it's like, oh, you're fucking stupid. You see the difference? But
right, it's a little.
It's the tone of voice. Like, you're
bantery.
You're fucking stupid. Okay. If they're like, you're fucking stupid. You know, you're a stupid fucking idiot. Do you see the difference? You see, that's that's where I'm at. It's like, you can have banter with someone where you're like, oh, that was the dumbest thing I've ever seen. You know, nice chill, laughing at them. And then you could have the whole, oh, that's you fucking idiot. You're just so stupid.
What I did to my friend?
What?
I called him stupid and idiot.
But was it in a joking way?
No.
Oh, for the love of fuck. What did he do?
I was gonna say, I say that to my friend. I'll tell my friends when they're being dumb too, but it's more like calling them out on their stupid antics more than.
Yeah.
Right.
Sorry. We're going.
And like, oh yeah, I have this drama going on in my life, and I'll just be like, I'm thinking of my one friend in particular who's a little bit younger and is very much so Gen Z person.
Oh God. Oh.
And so she'll be like complaining about just this petty stuff, and I'm like, girl, like, you're being so effing stupid right now.
Exactly.
Like, just stop. Like, you don't have any perspective in life. Be like, just stop.
Exactly.
So that's the only time I'll say it to a friend.
Yeah,
it's just kind of like to call them out on their bullshit.
Welcome back, by the way, Susie. We were just talking about, like, what we were talking about, still bullying, but also the point where people, do you know the difference in the tone of voice between banter and actually just being aggressive, and also context. So like, if somebody does something stupid and you call them out on their bullshit, that's fine. But if you're just calling somebody like stupid and a fucking idiot, you know what I mean?
Or just constantly putting them down. I feel like that happens a lot. Like you said, adults are a little bit different, but especially in high school. Like, kids just put each other down to make themselves feel better, and those are the people you want to avoid.
And that's what I'm getting across. It's like,
yeah,
any type of relationship, friendship, anything, it doesn't matter where it's formed, whether it be online, whether it be in person, whether it be wherever, you know, you need to be willing to work towards making a friendship, making a relationship, making anything. If you want something, chase it. And that's the same way with like your dreams. You want it, chase it. Don't give up because you have a bad day, or, you know, you, for instance, when I started Twitch, I had no viewers starting off. Even some days, even though I'm up to like 218 followers, I get some days where I still only have 3 people in chat. And that's before that used to bother me. Like, I used to be like, why am I having so little viewers? What am I doing wrong? But then I started to take a step back and realize sometimes people are just fucking busy. But at least I'm still here and streaming if they're not busy and they want to stop by and they wanted to just come in and chill. Even if it's for 5 minutes. If I can brighten somebody's day up for 5 minutes, I've done my job. You know? That's the way I do streaming.
I think that's, I mean, a lot of bigger, slightly bigger streamers always say, like, don't watch your viewer count when you're first starting out. But I think it is important to remember, like, why you're there. And it's not, like you said, it's not for viewers and money. Yes, that's nice, but it's about, like you said, creating a space for people where they're comfortable and having fun and feel like they can talk to you and stuff like that.
Yeah, I agree. So anybody have any comments on that, or, you know, in chat, if there's anyone even still there?
If they're still there.
I don't even know if people are still there or not.
No, but
All I know is I want more pickle juice.
Oh, yeah.
No, please don't. Whatever this thing was.
I think we should have it to where Craig, if he hits like a certain amount of followers or something, since he does want to do a few other things, it should be to drink a jar of pickle juice.
Yes.
Are you
because
fucking
it's delicious.
nuts? Oh.
I think so.
It's delicious. I did it. You got my Snapchat last night.
I saw that and it was disgusting. Okay.
It's so good.
delicious.
First thing is, I do still have follower goals. I still have to get this beard dyed pink. I haven't got a chance to get to Clonmel to get that done. That is coming. I do promise. I don't break my fucking promises. It's coming. I just need to get in contact with my cousin, see if she still has the dye, the bleach, and everything else. The reason why I haven't done it, I needed to get longer again because I fucked up my trim. And it's going to have to be bleached because, you know, to take the color out. And I didn't want to bleach my own face because I could have ended up damaging my skin. Secondly, at 500 followers, we still have the bikini stream coming up, which I'm inching ever so closer to at this point, and I'm kind of now beginning to nearly regret this fucking decision, but I'm not going to. I'm going to do it. And when I still need to do the video for YouTube about my life, even though I've talked about it a lot on here, I still need to do it for YouTube and put it into one video. That's for 200 followers. I still don't know what to do for 1,000 if I ever get there. 1,000 followers.
The pickle juice. I almost said
Alright,
bikini juice.
Pickle juice at 1,000 followers, fine. At 700 followers, I'm getting a tattoo on my middle finger. So, yeah. And at 2,000 followers, I'm doing pole dancing lessons.
Wait, so you drink pickle juice for 1,000 followers?
Yeah.
I can do it for free. It's good.
You do it for free!
It's so good. I will do it for free
Go
every
follow
time you
Jesse.
ask.
Let's see what this clip is.
What is this clip?
I don't know.
I'm literally sitting in
Hey,
space.
have you seen some of Susie's clips? It's just her walking forward.
I don't know what this is.
I don't know what it is though. Like, I literally went to go check my clips out and there was nothing there, so I was like, okay.
Is this really the clip?
What is this clip? Me loading into the... What the heck? My Sylvanas one is so much better. I bait 2 people and get a double kill. It's phenomenal.
See,
what is that
some
clip?
clips are just stuff. Let's see what we get for Denise's now. Let's see.
I was gonna say, I bet you anything.
I
It's
have
either
only
I
one
missed
clip
clip
now.
or somebody
No,
else.
it doesn't matter. All right. Somebody
I have two
give
clips
Denise,
now.
give Denise a shout out there. Just for the crack, I want to see what type of clip he gets.
The taxi one.
It might be the Taxi Ratchet and Clank one again. Yeah, that one's fucking funny.
It's either taxi or missing link.
Oh, for the love of fuck, no, it's this one again.
It would be very funny if he's like, Dame.
Have you
Dame, yo."
have you tried the pickle popsicles, Jesse? I don't remember who it was who I talked to
Blech.
about it.
Oh god, that's just making me gag a little bit.
Sorry, I was muted. No, but I want them. That sounds amazing.
So
Yes, they have pickle
So,
popsicles.
apparently, so what Susie and Jesse want me to get is a pickle goddamn onesie. First
Yes!
off, I don't.
Yep.
I'm sparing up for a holiday right now, so
I'll send it to you.
Are you-
Give me your.
I'll give you my.
Send it to
Yeah,
you.
I'll give it to you.
I'll get a
afterwards.
pickle one. I would love a pickle onesie. I'll get it too.
So the simple fact of the matter is, right now I am sparing up to go on a holiday, so I won't be buying anything new for a long, long time. I need to get a lot of money together, because everything is so fucking expensive. It's not a joke.
Especially right now.
Yeah, like for me to get a flight, return flight, it's like 800 alone. That's for just the flight, not including spending money, buying a passport. Funny story. Whoops, I hit my pop filter. I've never had a passport. Like, I've never owned my own passport. I had a kid's passport when I was
either.
younger. I've actually never had a passport because I've never really traveled out of the country. I had that one holiday when I was younger, and that was it. But that was with Share Dream Foundation with my two brothers at the time, and it was the most amazing thing ever. So if anybody ever wants to donate to a really good charity, just going to shout them out, even though I'm not doing a charity stream. Share Dream Foundation is an absolute amazing charity. They take disabled people, they give them days out, they take them on holidays. They, because disabled people are people too. Wait, what is this? Is this a pickle costume? Oh, for the love of all that is holy. What the fuck? Perfect.
Also, I need to add on. We need to make sure that all the pickle onesies are the same.
Oh, right.
You want-
Yeah,
better.
yeah.
You want to hear a funny thing?
Huh?
Pink one.
You want to hear the funny thing?
See the final thing?
What?
You want to hear the funny thing?
All right, go on. Yeah.
Funny thing.
This website I just sent to you, it just got blocked in Russia.
In Russia, we drive on any side of the road, but we block a website.
Yeah, its website was for screenshots, and it just got blocked in Russia.
That's some fucking stupid shit.
It worked yesterday, and now it doesn't.
So, back to that point is they're an amazing charity and they do amazing work. And I, years ago when I was younger, got my legs waxed for the charity. I raised over €685, I think, on that point for that charity. So what ended up happening, why I took a 2-day hiatus after my 12-hour charity stream, because I realized at that point I raised 685, and then when you go raising 30, I got kind of depressed because it was a lowish number. But then I had to take a step back and realize I raised some sort of fucking money. How many people can say that? So that 2-day hiatus was just me being depressed, basically, at that point. Over that. Thinking I didn't put enough work in or enough effort in, and just feeling like shit, because sometimes as streamers, as everybody in this Discord is a streamer, you get days where you think you just didn't do enough. Or is that just me?
Yeah.
Oh no, yeah.
It's a whole, we kind of touched on it a little bit in the last podcast, that's the word. It is the whole self-worth thing too,
Yeah.
and sometimes it's just you have a bad day with that and it gets to you, and I think it's everyone, to be honest, definitely not just you.
That's the thing, because a lot of people with the bigger streamers out there, they don't seem to realize they're people too. They have a life off
Right.
this camera, off this stream. They're dealing with shit in their daily life, and they are trying to go on. I know, a lot of bigger streamers, a lot of them are nice people, but there are some out there that are absolutely just terrible. They're, trying to cope with shit. And a lot of the reason why a lot of people start streaming is because they want to bring happiness into the world because they're not feeling particularly happy in themselves. At least that's the way I started, because when I started, I was depressed as fuck, and I was trying to find an outlet because the gyms had closed. I had nothing to do on a daily basis, and I was just sitting here with my thoughts. So, but now I'm in a way, way better headspace because 1, I'm entertaining people. 2, that stream yesterday was insane. And 3, I went to counseling for my head. There is no harm in talking to someone about your problems. I would rather people talk about their problems than bottle them up, because when you bottle them up, eventually they explode. You explode, basically.
But exploding is fun.
Not when you're taking it out on the wrong people.
Nah, they
Right.
deserve it. There's always a reason.
Yeah, exactly.
You're trying to say something.
No, not at all. I'm just
It's
talking.
okay.
I'm talking about in general, but
See, the only people I've ever exploited on are people who actually deserved it. Like, I can hold it in that much.
no
Shut up.
comment.
Shut up. I don't mean like
I
that.
know you don't mean like that, but that's just where my head went. I'm an adult. It happens. I'm a man. It happens. But
Are you sure? Because that sounds more childish than anything.
are you all right? Who's the one that said I'm a child at heart?
That's how I
I
would
think
know.
we've all said that.
Look, it is okay to be a child at heart, but still be an adult. It's okay to have a
All right,
fun
another
side. You
skip.
need to have a fun side. You don't have a fun side. What you doing?
Ah,
The fuck is that?
taking in gross stuff.
Taking Angro stuff? What the fuck is Angro stuff?
Taking in gross stuff.
Oh, okay. Oh, you're drinking that alcohol stuff?
It's getting better though.
It gets better because you get more drunk.
I'm done with it. Like that was 3-4 hours ago, and I ate something. So
All right, good. I'm just
and I
making
drink
sure.
water.
All right, good. I'm just making sure
Oh.
because not drinking in 6
Ugh.
years and even taking a small drink is gonna really go to your head. Are you sure
Just
you
said
you
it.
finished with it 3 hours ago?
Yeah.
Doesn't sound like it.
So something you might like, Sky. I don't know how much you drink. Have you ever
Stop.
had a pickleback?
What is up with pickles?
No, but that sounds really familiar.
What is up with
You do a shot of whiskey and then a shot of pickle juice right after it as the chaser.
Blech.
Yeah.
It tastes
Oh,
amazing.
That is nasty. What is that?
I want to try it, but I also don't like whiskey. I'm a vodka person.
Snow.
I don't really.
Nice.
I didn't used to like whiskey.
Of course,
I
Denise
now
is
drink
like that
whiskey.
with
Oh,
vodka.
It's a Russian thing.
He's like, I got the
Denise-
vodka. We get the vodka over here, and I'm not saying yes.
See, I got too drunk on cheap vodka too many times with my Russian friend.
I will give you a good story about getting too drunk. So somebody had a Chardonnay up in their house when I went to a
yes.
session,
Wine.
and I didn't know it was wine. Like I didn't know what it was. I thought it tasted pretty damn good. My dumbass, this thing was nearly a full bottle. Had like about 6 cans of cider in his dumbass, and decided he's going to down a whole bottle of fucking some sort of wine.
Oh,
Now, what ended up happening the day after? My head was splitting the rocks. My stomach felt like it was going to come out my arse. It was bad.
That sounds fun.
Oh, it was not fun. Do not drink the way I drink when I go drinking because it is fucking stupid. Don't do it.
but isn't that how everybody drinks?
No.
When they actually go hard, they go
yeah,
hard.
When like what makes
They
me
go
laugh
way
is I'm
too
only
hard.
going to go out for 1 or 2. 20, 10, 15 later.
Closes out the bar.
Buys the bar
That's
out.
That was me. I used to live like. Oh gosh. People don't use the term a block in
Oh, I
other
know what a
countries.
block
I
is.
used to live.
I know
I
what a
used to
block
live right down the street, like a stone throws away from the bar in the town I lived in, and so I'd go out like way more than I should, just
Yeah.
because of the accessibility of it. And it would always be on the nights that I don't go out, because I used to be a waitress. It'd be like you got done
Yep.
with your shift, and your waitress friend would be like, "Oh, let's go out for a drink or two after work," and then I'd end up closing down the bar every time.
Yeah.
And like you said, "Oh yeah, let's go for 1 or 2." Oh, like half a bottle of Patron later.
I'm about fucking something.
It was horrible.
It happened to me one time where actually I'll give you a great story. I had €20 going out. I used to only take €20 because all I wanted to do was all I actually went out to do was drink 4 drinks and go home. So this night in general, I ended up getting so fucked up. I came over. This was at the time I was smoking. So fucked up. I came home with I came home with €30 in my wallet, a box of cigarettes, and I was drunk as fuck. So somebody ended up loading me up on fucking alcohol that night without me having to spend any money. I didn't complain. Did not complain.
That's happened to me
Sounds like a
before.
fun
I've
night.
gone out. So I was like 17, and I was in Italy. And I went out with like €50 because I was like, "Oh, this is all I'm going to spend." And then the next morning, the €50 was still in my pocket, and I was like, "Oh,
Come here.
good deal."
Give me it then. Sit. Let me see actually if I can get the dog on camera here real quick. I just want to show you this little thing.
Doggo.
Snow, there you are. Right, you can see Snow there. Right, Snow, wait. Sit. No, you gotta go down. You gotta go down. Sit. Wait.
She's
No,
so
No.
cute.
Wait. Now have it.
I need
Good
to-
girl.
No, she does not.
Yeah, I trained her to do that little trick.
I'm trying to train my Great Dane to do that, but she's too much of a doofus
So what I
to
usually
like
do,
get what's going
all
on.
I do is tap her nose like that, just like a little, like that, just to be like, no, focus on me. and I just keep holding the toy, tapped her, focus. You know, like it's not even hitting her, and it's just like a little tap. You know, like you do this to yourself. You know, you wouldn't hurt, but it just kind of gets her to focus on the finger, and not the toy. So I'm good at training. One thing I'm good at doing is training dogs. I always have been. I can train any dog we want. I'm not Caesar Ramon, the dog with the brother. No.
Ugh, no, we're not even talking about him.
I
He's
know.
a different kind of person.
Yeah.
Nope.
Yeah, I know I'm not. I'm just saying I'm not him. I will train a dog in a way where they get a little tap on the nose, like just to focus them. It's not like, woo, you know. That's it. That's how you train a dog. You don't have to literally slap the nose. You just tap, because it gets them to refocus and gets their brain to focus on your hand. And I think, because a lot of times she decides she wants to jump at the door when I'm leaving her out to the bathroom. But I literally am like, stop jumping at the door, sit. And then she knows when I have the finger up like this, it's wait. Like, she won't move.
Right.
So,
I've never had issues training my other two dogs. My Great Dane. I feel like Great Danes are just a whole different
yeah.
beast, because like they aren't necessarily always the smartest dog, and they're just so lovable. They're just like, I just want to love you,
They're
and
like
then
a
it's
fucking
like,
small horse.
yeah, and they're like half idiots most of the time too. Like she's good and she's smart, but like in her own way, not like trick way. Like, yeah, like she knows when you want to stop and everything, but like I try to bet, and she's also a puppy. I should say that. Like she's only a year old.
Yeah.
Like she's
I was
still
like, but
very
she's still
puppy.
She's still a
Right.
baby.
She's 120 pounds,
Jesus
130 pounds,
Christ.
but she's still a puppy. Oh, and she's not done growing.
Oh my
A Great
God.
Danes fill out up to 5 years weight wise. So she's the biggest height wise she'll get, but she'll fill out for the next 3 or 4 years. So she'll probably end up being like 150 pounds.
Yeah, exactly. That's the thing, because my brother-in-law's mother had two Great Danes. One died a while ago.
Aw,
So,
puppies.
but I know how big they are.
My friend has 5.
Jesus Christ.
She tried to get me to take 2 puppies, and I was like, if I didn't already have 2 dogs, I would have said yes to 2 Great Danes. But like 2 Great Danes and 2 other dogs in the house that I'm in is like, no, I can't.
Exactly. But that's the thing. Like, if you're one thing I can't stand is if you are getting a dog and you know you get sick of it after it's done being a pup, and then you get rid of it. That's
I hate
shit
that stuff.
pisses me off.
Yeah.
Animals in general are for life, not just dogs. Cats, hamsters,
Yep.
gerbils. Actually, I'll give you a good story about a hamster that bit me one time, little bastard. Oh, I have a scar on my finger actually from. So went to
The
clean-
ones that always get given up are the exotic pets too. Sorry to interrupt you before
Yeah,
you go on
yeah,
your
Go on.
cat, but like monkeys. People get monkeys thinking they're going to be a cool pet and don't do any research on them.
Yeah.
And they don't realize that once they hit adolescence, they become major assholes, and then they all get rid of them. And it's like exotic pets in particular. You have to. Well, all pets are for life, but
Exactly.
people don't do the research they need to.
Exactly. But like that's the thing.
Sorry, you got bit on your
I'll
finger.
explain that in a second.
Yeah.
So basically, we had a hamster named Nibbles, and I went to clean out his cage one day, picked him up, and he just locked onto my thumb here.
Yeah.
Wait, now where's the camera? About here. So I still have a scar there from the little bastard. He's dead now. Like he died years ago. But
It's a hamster. Though.
huh?
No, I was just making a joke. It's a hamster. Of course, it's not. It was a joke. Never mind. Continue.
I know what you were saying. Like I get it, but so let's get back to the another topic here. I'm trying to think now. Somebody.
Wait, we were listening to your hamster story.
That's it. I picked the cunt up. He bit
Oh.
me. He locked on for about 10, 15 seconds, and then drew blood, and then I put him back in the cage.
That happened with
Yeah,
a
he's
mouse
dead now.
once.
He's
To
like
me.
this is about 7 or 8 years ago. Hamsters don't live that.
So
long.
you won.
That happened with my
You
hedgehog
evil
once.
bastard.
She bit me.
Hold up. You evil bastard, you won. It wasn't like we were at war.
You won.
I was at war with the hamster. I gave him the eyeball. He gave me the stank eye and bit me, and then he died.
And I won.
And I won that fight. I was like the opposite of Conor McGregor recently.
When I was a kid, I had a rat.
What?
It was a giant rat. It was white with red eyes, and I really like her. Like she was very smart. And at some point, my father hated it. My father hated the rats.
I don't
like
blame him. Rats are hideous.
Yeah. And at one point, I was away. Maybe I was outside of the city for a couple of days with my mother. And when I came back, there was no rat. And my father told me that
Aw.
she just ran away. But we all know what happened.
Yeah,
Aw.
exactly. Like, so that's the thing. Like, if you,
That's
I don't. Another thing I don't get is why people don't. If you don't like an animal, don't disrespect somebody else that has one.
Mhm.
Right.
You know, like don't be like, oh, it's a little rodent, it's fucking hideous, and all that. So what? Fuck it. Like, I don't like rats, but I'm not gonna hate a person that has a rat. Okay, you got a pet rat.
That's
Good for
not
you.
you. Yeah, it's not your it's not your life, it's not your pet. Leave them alone.
I used to bring my hedgehog to the bar with me, and everybody loved it.
Oh, that's cool.
I put it in my pocket, in like a hoodie pocket. Yeah, it was fun. But okay, fun fact for chat: don't get a hedgehog. Well,
They
do
poop
it
on
if you
you.
want, if that's your thing. No, they only live for like 3 to 5 years
That's
in
the same as a
captivity.
hamster. The same as a gerbil. They all only live for a very limited amount of time.
Right.
It's
So
even
it's
with
just
dogs. Dogs live like some dogs can live 22 years and stuff like that. But
I'll be lucky if I have my Great Dane for 10 years.
yeah, Great Danes have a thing where their heart can like turn inside out and stuff
Well,
like that.
and then I'm all about rescue. Like
Mm.
you don't need to get a designer breed for
Oh, yeah, yeah.
$5,000. My friend did that. She bought a chocolate labradoodle for $4,500, and I'm like, why would you do that when there are so many dogs that need rescued for like a couple $100?
Exactly.
But my Great Dane, my friend breeds them, so I've always wanted one because I love Scooby Doo. So I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna get my Great Dane and just have my
Exactly.
one. But she's purebred. I could have papers on her if I wanted. I know she's going to have health issues.
Yeah, it sucks.
She just is. She's
But-
purebred. They're a massive breed, and I know I'll be lucky if I have her for like 7 years.
So let's go back to another point. Mixing a Labrador and a poodle together is not a full breed dog. It isn't.
No, they're a designer dog.
I know, but people are trying to over here. For instance, people are like, "I'm giving you a full breed Labradoodle." They're not. They're a mongrel. They're a mixed breed.
Right, they're still a mutt. For
full-
whatever reason, these
because everybody, and then people are paying thousands out for a mutt instead of if you're paying for chocolate Labrador. Yes, a full breed dog. I had a chocolate lab.
look at Pomskis,
Yeah.
Pomeranian
Oh my gosh,
Huskies. They're like
hate
$6,000
that.
or $8,000
Such a
here.
weird-looking fucking dog too. It's like, what?
It's like the annoyance of the Pomeranian, the tiniest of
With the
Mixed with the
hyperness.
hyperness of a
Oh
husky.
my, like
Yeah.
there's so many issues like that. Like if you really want a little husky looking dog, get the Alaskan Klee because that's an
Yes,
actual
I was just about
purebred.
to say that. I was
They're
gonna say the Klee Klein.
$2,000, but they're like actually bred.
They're $2,000, but the Pomsky's $6,000 some places here.
What
Yeah.
are people thinking these days? They're breeding two different types of fucking dogs together and trying to pass it off as a full breed or a designer breed. It's not like you're fucking passing off a shoe. Here's a Nike Air Max. Here's a fucking Reebok. No,
I like how those are the brands you went with instead of like Louis Vuitton.
I do not have the money for a Louis Vuitton. Oh.
No, but we're talking about designer, and it's like,
Well, for me,
oh, go
when you grow up kind of broke, designer is Nike or fucking Reebok.
Oh, true. Yeah.
When you grow up kind of middle class or anything like that, designer shoes Louis
That's
Vuitton.
true. I never got like name brand shoes and stuff growing up because my mom just thought they were dumb.
It is true. The
is true.
designer stuff to me in total fall apart quicker because they're, in my opinion, they're worse quality. And I had a pair of jeans for 12 fucking years from a store over here called Pennies. Cost like €8.
We have pennies.
All right, I don't know when you got it, but we've had Pennies since I was young, like way a kid. But then my mother actually bought me a pair of crosshatch jeans. At the time, crosshatch was an expensive brand. They fell apart in 2 months.
Yeah, that's
It's like Levi's jeans.
annoying.
I can't stand Levi's jeans.
See, I have a couple pairs of Levi's, and they're good, but they're like older. They're like I've had them for like 15 years.
Yeah.
No, that can't be right. I've had them for like 10 years. I do not. There's no way I wear the same clothes I did 15 years
I
ago.
still have a
Um,
T-shirt from when I was a kid. That I will still wear to this day. It's actually a really badass looking T-shirt. It has a dragon image on the front and the back. I might be able to find it actually if I go over to my wardrobe. Hang on. Let me see if I can go find it and I'll show you. You can keep talking there. I'll be right back.
Oh, my brother's girlfriend spent $6,000 on a pair of Louis Vuitton shoes.
See, I don't understand how people can spend so much money on shoes. Like the most I've ever
Mhm.
spent on them or on shoes was like $130. But to be fair, I wear them every day and they're waterproof and water resistant, which is really nice when you have to take your dogs out on a walk. So
Right, I was gonna say like 130, 150 for like a good pair of running shoes or a good pair of work boots or all that sort of stuff is a pretty standard price anymore for like good quality. But yeah, these designer, I mean, my brother's girlfriend's defense, like she did save up and like that was her goal, and it's not like she just did it on a whim or anything like that. That's
Exactly.
what she wanted to like treat herself.
Yeah, there's no harm in treating yourself
What?
if it's your money. Simple. All right. So this is the T-shirt I've had for 10 or 15 years. Look on stream. This. Look at how
Oh,
badass
nice.
that T-shirt actually looks.
is
Now,
that the shirt
This
you're
is
wearing on
cool.
Instagram?
no,
Like an old picture?
it might be.
One of the old pictures.
So this is about a 10-year-old top. You can look at the quality of this T-shirt. It still looks new. I've had this thing 10 or 15 years. This is how well I look after my clothes, or how well I try and look after everything I have. Because when you grow up really not having fuck all, you get to that point where you respect the things you get. Simple.
Yeah.
Joe, I'm going to swap my shirt around actually since I have it now. I'm not going to get my nipples out on stream, but I'm just going to swap it while I'm off camera real quick. I'll still have my headphones on so I can hear you speak. You can probably still hear me. Actually, I need to take the headphones off. Fuck.
I have a few friends. Well, my one friend annoys me. She's the Gen Z one. She's like, I can never buy anything used. It all has to be brand new. And I'm a girl. You're missing out on so much by not going thrift shopping.
Mm-hmm.
And then
Tell me you're
I-
spoiled.
yeah, tell me you're spoiled without telling me you're spoiled, right? And then somebody else, one of my other friends, constantly, I'm like, hey, like, take care of that deck of cards. Don't leave it outside. Oh, it doesn't matter. I'll just buy a new one.
That's the thing. Like, value people that grew up with
Right.
parents that had shit,
Just
as opposed
take care
to,
of your stuff.
like, as you can tell, like, it's still a bit big for me. Like, that's how long this. I'm never going to probably grow into this T-shirt, but this is such an old T-shirt though, and it's still comfortable. It doesn't have any holes in it. Weirdly enough, usually old clothes has holes in it. It still looks new, and I used to wear the shit out of this T-shirt. I wore it every day, like not every day, but you know, every couple of days after it was washed, I'd wear it. It's not like I wear clothes that ain't washed. You take me for, you know,
I take you for a person who doesn't wash their clothes and then wears it.
really,
I'm kidding.
really.
You asked, I replied, so
Yeah.
I don't know what else to say.
No, I don't either. But like, so that's the thing.
I'm trying to
Respect
finish this.
and be appreciative of everything you have, because you never
Yeah.
know when it might be gone, and you never know when the person that got it for you might be gone as well. So cherish family, cherish friends, cherish the things you have, because one day you'll wake up and you realize everything is basically falling apart around you, which can happen at any moment. And try new things. Don't be afraid to take risks as well, because one of the, like, if you're afraid to take a risk, you're going to live a very. I didn't take risks for years. I'm only starting to take risks recently. You're going to be a very sad person, because you're going to look back in 30, or I'm nearly 30 years old. You're going to look back at 20. I'm going to be 29 actually now soon. Look back and realize 29 in 8 days.
I know, right?
Fuck. I'm getting old.
No worries. I turn 26 next month.
You're still a
You're
baby.
still a youngin.
I
You're
know.
younger than Denise. Denise is 26 already.
Am I?
How am
Yes.
I always the youngest
thank you.
person?
So the point being
Um,
is, I would literally wake up some mornings and I look back at all the stuff I've done and I realize I could have done so much more. Well, within my circumstances, in that case, I couldn't have. I wish I could have done so much more. But into my early 20s, I was, with all the mental health issues I had, obviously you're not going to take risks when you have a lot. Well, some people do. Some people risk taking drugs and stuff like that, trying to deal with the problems. But for me, I did the opposite. I invested all my time into gaming. I invested all my time into literally shutting the world out and not wanting to deal with the life on a day-to-day basis. Then I'd go out the weekends and get myself so shit-faced and drunk because I was trying to deal with my problems in the worst way imaginable. I would end up... The one thing I would always end up doing, even though I black out, is I'd end up finding my way home. No matter what. I'm always... Because one of the funniest times of that, even though it was a stupid thing to do, I blacked out and I came to outside McDonald's. And for anyone that doesn't know, McDonald's is only 10 minutes away from me. So all I had to do was... I went in and got food. I had about €6 left in my wallet. And it was breakfast time. It was like 4 a.m. in the morning. So I had an Egg McMuffin that day. And I was like, hell to the fucking yeah.
You were loving life right
I
then.
was loving life right then. I was like, yes, drunk.
Nothing's better than
McDonald's.
drunk McDonald's.
McDonald's is the weirdest thing
drunk
ever.
Taco Bell.
We don't have Taco Bell over here, so I have no...
Well, I was replying to Jesse because
You
I'm
don't
thinking-
have Taco Bell.
No, it's only up.
What?
It's only up in Dublin. All these places
What?
are only up in Dublin.
Ah,
Dunkin'
you-
Donuts.
Your
Taco
poor
Bell.
life.
My poor
is
asshole is still going to
incomplete.
be in one piece.
I don't have that problem. So
The way I
I'm
eat,
getting Taco Bell
the
now.
way I eat, if I went into Taco Bell, my big appetite, that toilet is not going to survive.
I think you're underestimating how much I tend to eat. I order like 7 things from Taco Bell every time, and
But-
I will eat it.
My McDonald's
Oh.
order, for instance, would be sometimes it's 3 double cheeseburgers, which are 400 calories a piece. So that's
Yeah.
that's 1,200 calories on top of a large meal. On top of that, like you're looking at, it could be a Big Mac meal, large, or some other type of exotic burger that they have going on at the time, with fries, with a milkshake, and I will finish that whole fucking thing.
Okay, so question: do people in Ireland dip their fries in their milkshake?
I've never tried it. Some people do.
Oh my gosh, you need
You
to
need
try
to.
it. It is the best ever.
It's a game changer.
I will.
It really is.
I tend to do it with vanilla only because I'm not a huge chocolate fan, but you can't do it with anything.
Yeah.
Same.
Yes, I recommend it.
I usually get chocolate milkshake,
different
so
I mean, it's still
Vanilla
good with
it
that. I like chocolate frosties from Wendy's.
see, we don't have Wendy's either.
We never have chocolate
Be
milkshakes.
thankful because the United States is fat and privileged, and
come
we're
on.
all assholes because of it.
I eat fast food. I don't deprive myself of fast food. I'm in great shape. If I wanted
Yeah,
to,
but-
I do a little bit of cutting down. Like, I mean, like, all I have to do is do about 4 weeks of cutting, and I will have my abs if I want abs. I am putting size up
yeah.
and strength up, but I'm still sticking relatively lean. If you're still putting size up, it's impossible to be shredded. You can't get bulky and be shredded at the same time. Unless you're on
Right.
steroids. Maybe I should go just take some steroids. Why the fuck not? Stupid. Joke.
No, the thing with the United States though is the accessibility to all the bad stuff
Yeah, like
and the
go on, sorry.
laziness of our country because everything can be delivered right now. I can get on DoorDash. I can get McDonald's, Burger King, Taco Bell, Popeyes,
Mhm.
Wendy's,
Mhm.
Sky. What are other fast foods? I'm not looking at anything. I'm
Jack
just
in the
listing some-
Box.
Pollo Loco.
Yep.
Carl
Oh,
Jr.
we don't have Jack in the Box here, but I do like it. I like In-N-Out Burger too,
Five
but we don't have
Guys.
that here. Five Guys.
Five
Yep, I can get
Guys.
that delivered right now.
Dunkin' Donuts.
Like
Sonic.
that's the thing. Like I can get it all delivered sitting here on the
That-
street
that
with
is
you.
what-
I can order
You
like-
Taco
have
Bell.
Moe's.
I will give you a
Southwest
good one, right?
Grill.
Even though I can order food, I'm only a 25-minute walk from my town. All I have to do is just walk 25 minutes, go get my food,
Right.
eat it, enjoy it, and then walk home. So I'm burning calories before I even get fast food, burning
Right.
calories afterwards. The point being
That's
is
the problem with the United States. It's built around cars.
Europe, there's like Europe in general, more people like to walk. Like me personally, I
Mhm.
would rather walk someplace, enjoy the scenery, enjoy the fresh air, get out and about, than I would being sit inside and order food. Yes, don't get me wrong. Every now and
Absolutely.
again, I do like to order food. I would like to order food. You know, I wouldn't be opposed to it.
Yeah, I like to walk as well, and I mean the thing with me though is I did live in Barcelona when I was like 18, so I think that influenced me a lot.
Yeah, exactly.
But here people just don't do that. They're like everything's cars. I can't walk to. Oh, I can walk to McDonald's or Big Mac. Fuck. Burger King. That's the one
Big
I
Mac.
can
You're gonna walk
to.
to a place called Big Mac.
Yeah.
I was like, I said
I'm
Burger King.
running at 2.5 hours of sleep again.
I know the feeling. Trust me.
I have slept a total of 9 hours in the last 3 or 4 days. It's been good.
Nice.
4 days.
That sounds like a. Yep. No.
Yay, time change. It's getting hot in this room.
Yeah. Like when I go to. When I go to America on the holiday, the best thing to do to avoid jet lag, which a lot of people don't seem to understand, is you just stay awake through the flight, and then you sleep at 11 o'clock their time or whatever. Because if you sleep on the plane and you wake up in...
It depends on what time your flight is. Like if your flight's overnight, you want to sleep on the plane.
Yeah, exactly.
So my issue last night was I was up talking with friends and stuff. I am turned around. Like
I'm
I
the
was
same
getting
way,
tired
like
at like midnight. I can do it I can get myself turned around in 2 nights. But yeah, last night was just me being dumb. It wasn't so much the jet lag or anything. The key for me is you don't nap.
Yeah.
If you're tired, you stay up and go to bed at 8 or 9 at night.
For me, like, I try to sleep at
Okay,
around...
I'm getting a little
What?
definitely a little bit more tipsy.
I warned you about this. We had this
What?
discussion from that
Wait,
one.
you're drinking?
She was drinking that. She
I
finished
said-
off the thing.
I didn't finish it off. I'm almost finished,
thought you
and I
said-
can feel my head spinning.
Oh my god, stop drinking. Stop drinking. It's enough. It's enough. It's enough. Put it down.
Isn't
put it
it
down.
like... I guess you work nights, so never mind.
I'll say I started drinking this at like 3 in the morning.
Yeah, and
Because who said it? Who told me to drink? I think it was Juan. Who
Juan
told me
said
to
it and then he
drink.
said no. He was joking saying yes and then he said no.
No. It originally is what started it. Is what I was saying.
Oh,
Somebody started it.
I
I
wasn't-
think it was Juan.
It might
But
have
it could've
been.
been
Yeah,
something
When
yeah.
I jumped in that random Smite game with you guys, I had already been drinking all night.
Yeah, I could tell you were drunk. You came in and you're like, you were definitely drunk. It's a little bit anyway.
Oh yeah, 100%.
But,
I
Like, so let's just.
Cantaloupe for the win.
What?
What?
I didn't even hear what you said.
Oh crap! There's no more fruit in here. Damn it!
The fuck are you
Nothing.
going on about?
I'm muting my mic.
Okay. So back to the whole food thing is just insane to me. Like I don't get the whole point of not wanting to actually get out and get exercise. Personally, I like walking, so that's why I don't
Yeah.
drive. One of the other reasons why I never saw the point in actually getting in the car or getting on the road or doing my theory test because I just don't drive. Don't
I
want
wish
to.
you could make it without driving here. Otherwise, you just spend so much money on like Uber or something.
Yeah, that's true. See, that's the difference. Your country is too damn big, so having to
Well, and it's completely built around cars and stuff. Like they didn't build anything around accessibility to walk on foot because when our country was developing, like there were already like cars and trains and stuff very early on in the development
Yeah,
of
yeah.
the country.
Of course,
So-
of course. But like that's the main thing. It's just in my opinion, people need to start thinking more of their health and what they're putting into their bodies just to like live as long as possible because you want to enjoy your life. You don't want to be 28, 29 and just having problems with your internal organs and your heart and stuff like that. Because
So I completely
Cars
agree
are
with that.
best.
I do not want to live as long as possible.
why?
Because I don't want to live to the point that my body starts to decay on itself.
Hmm.
70, 80 years old at most, I'm good.
Yeah, like that's what I mean. But you want to live.
I lived a
as-
full life.
But by that
Yeah.
time, you never know. You might be able to put your brain into a robot.
Right. But I'm just saying, like, these people that, like, my grandma's 90,
Mhm.
and just, yeah, seeing how she is now versus how she was, like, I just personally would not want to make it to that point.
Well, of course, but I honestly am just at that point where I'm like, I just want to at least be able to get to my 50s and still be able to run. That's why I
Right.
do fitness. I don't
Yeah.
do fitness to be the biggest or the strongest. I'm doing fitness because I want to be able to, if I ever have kids, I want to be able to chase after them. I want to be able to, like, you know, have the strength to be able to pick the fucking child up and not be like, oh, everything hurts.
Yes.
This is
I agree with that.
longevity is more my whole motivation between lifting, walking,
Woo.
all the rest of that. You good?
Yep, I'm fine. I'm good.
You sure?
I'm great.
But yeah,
I just
so
imagine Sky like staring at the ceiling or something with our heads spinning.
probably.
No, actually, I literally laugh, and I just at random things.
That sounds like you're
Forever.
drunk, yeah.
But I'm not laughing yet, so we're good.
All right, so I think that might be a
I'm
good
not
place to end today's, unless there is another topic anybody wants to discuss, because we're at the 2.
Toxicity. You said we were going to talk about toxic.
Didn't I already bring that up with the whole friendships and stuff like that?
But that was friendship. We're talking about toxic in like families.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
yeah.
Okay, so the thing about toxicity in general being is
I
anybody
can see that's how you know I'm not drunk because I still remember.
anybody can be toxic towards you, and toxicity in friendships and family sucks. The one thing I find though is family will have more of a chance of being toxic towards you than your friends a lot of the time. So let's just put it this way: if you have people that are constantly, it's the same thing that stems back to just being an asshole towards you. Then you know what are you keeping them in your life for? There is no harm in removing people from your life if you feel like they're being a complete dickhead. They don't have time for you. They just completely always are bullying you when you're with them or anything like that, or just saying mean things about you behind your back. You know?
And it's totally okay to cut family out of your life
Exactly.
if they're doing that because you are more important than them.
But that's the thing I
Yeah,
try to get
like-
through to a lot of people is you need to put you first, no matter how much at the time it feels like it's going to backfire or it's going to, you know, it always doesn't ever work out for me. I had it so many times in life where I was like, there's no point in doing anything because I just have nothing but shit going on. People dying. You know, that sort of shit. And I'm just like, what's the point of me trying anything when somebody's going to die? I was at that point in my life at one point. And now I've started to realize with the whole going to start taking risks thing, I'm looking after number one, and that's me. You can still care for people and look out for you. That is another thing when it comes to the other end of being not being toxic. So these go kind of different. These are different. But look after you first. Look after your health first, and look after your mental health. And then worry about the other people around you. Yes, family is important. I'm not saying it's not. Parents are important. People
Unless
are
they're
important.
assholes.
Unless they're
And they're
assholes.
toxic.
Unless they are
Right.
complete dickheads, they are important. Or your parent figure. Because sometimes you don't have a parent, but you have somebody looking after you. Alright?
I actually had to have this discussion with my mom because some stuff happened with her mom and her sister's the whole life been just one of those that always causes issues and stuff. And
Yeah.
she was like, "Is it wrong of me that I don't want to talk to her anymore?" And I'm like, "No, like that's one of the good thing that's come out of the current culture is like people have it's a huge thing on social media and online and stuff if you go looking for it. Like it is a massive, I don't want to call it a movement because that's probably not right, but it's a massive trend to support people cutting out their family members if it's causing a negative effect on them. And my mom was like, "Oh my gosh, that makes me feel so much better that like it's considered okay now because it didn't used to be. It was like, oh, somebody's being toxic to you and your family, like
No, you have to be
too
around.
bad.
That's the thing. That's the thing.
Right.
What I've been trying to explain to my mother. I don't know if she's still in the chat or not. But so family will always stab you in the back quicker than friends, I find.
yes.
And a lot of family will only come to you when they want something. And it is okay to say no. It's okay to be like, fuck you, fuck that. I don't. You know.
Did you
that
cut
kind of
off again?
No, whatever you want.
I don't, and then blah 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 blah.
I'm trying
and
to
then-
think, like, why, like, it's okay to just be like, fuck everyone that has an issue with what you're doing. If they're trying to hold you back, which a lot of people don't want to see other people succeed. I'm the opposite. I want to see everybody succeed. That's why I do so many shout outs and shit like that.
Nobody wants to see somebody doing better than themselves. Is the like quote,
Exactly.
I think. Yeah.
You know, so just be yourself and just be that person you want to be. If you want to see a change in the world, you need to be that change first. And if that makes sense to you, welcome. Because the change, you can only change you. You cannot change other people no matter how much you want. So yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's really everything for today. That's an hour and 49 minutes. That's still a good length, I think.
Yeah, it's a good length.
Don't forget about the pickle juice.
Pickle juice. It's
Thousand-
so good.
at
I
a
wish
thousand
I should have
followers-
like 2 more jars of pickles too.
1,000
need some
followers,
pickles.
pickle juice drinking. So yeah, thank you everybody
pickle
for
juice.
stopping by. Thank you for just being here for whatever time. And this is going to go over to YouTube, so anybody on YouTube that might see this, and if you ever make it this far, like, subscribe, comment, hit the notification bell. But come across to Twitch. I don't really do the whole YouTube thing too much because it's annoying. Demonetization, even though I'm not monetized, completely restricting my content, or they're like, this is child endangerment for try not to laugh. So I'm getting pretty fucking sick of YouTube. So I'm probably only just going to be putting the podcast over there from now on, maybe, or something else. I don't know. So yeah, look, just everybody take care of yourself, take care of your mental health, take care of the people around you, but look after number one first, and number one is you. And I will catch you all tomorrow
No.
for maybe Smite, maybe Rogue. I don't know.
Whatever
So-
you're playing.
So peace out for now and have a good day.
Peace out, Girl Scout.
Should I do a raid?
Bye, everybody.
I don't even know if there's
Yes.
Alright, I should raid. And I was about to say, I don't even know if there's a pint raid when we're doing a podcast. But I'll raid.
You
Ah,
can raid if you want. You don't have
I'm going to be a
to.
Viking today. Alright. I need to look for a channel. I think Paper Gabe, maybe?
Show you a channel.
Should I do streamer? Nah. Jason.
How much is in this?
Huh?
I thought Jace was streaming.
He is streaming. I see that. I think I should raid him
Whoops,
again
I
today,
forgot
should I?
to take this. It doesn't matter, up to you.
going AFK for a hot second, but I do have my headset on still.
No problem.
Thank goodness for wireless headsets, eh?
Let's go with Jace again, I guess.
Should I finish this? That is the question.
Uh,
It's 15%.
I don't know.
And that makes me feel really bad.
Do it.
No,
Do it.
Denise, where were you earlier when I was asking this question?
No, don't do it. Like, look, take.
I did
you
it.
know
Do
you're,
it.
You know you're already on a buzz. Did we did shout out Jake DSDA, so I need to just get his face. There we go. Just need to get this. We're gonna go raid him real quick because of all the shit he did for me yesterday, and I'm so happy with that.
All right, yeah, go.
Did you really finish it? No, that's shout out. Whoopsie. Slash.
Nice, GG.
Raid. Oh,
I just found a meme that I have to share with you guys.
all right. 1 minute. Give him another raid because nice dude. I hope everybody, I know there's not many people left in the chat because obviously 2 hours of just talking is kind of hard. But thanks everyone for stopping by, and I will catch you all tomorrow,
Just
same
listen.
time. Raid now.
Nice.
Hopefully,
Hey, he's doing binding.
hopefully his guy's mic on today.
Did you not have it on yesterday?
I don't think so.
Oh.
To be fair, when I first started streaming, I had tons of like sound difficulties until I got it all configured
He's on the
correctly.
PlayStation,